ODM, whether you like it or you don't like it, it has one thing that controls it, the structure, the organs of the party. You will say your own things, but the moment the organs of the party have spoken, whether you like it or not, you follow. That is ODM. So there's no ODM of Oburu. I don't know ODM of... No. Let's not bring that fight. It's not helping anyone. But people are happy because it makes news. It makes news at that level. But inside the organs of ODM, there's nothing like that. We just know we are going. The organs have said, the Central Committee said, you went to Mombasa, you endorsed this thing, and people followed through. Because that's how the ideology was built by Baba, the legacy.
But it seems the head of the organ is not really holding the party together. Look at what happened in Kamkunji.
Let me tell you today.
It was such a symbolic rally that was there, incoherence that was actually tripping off. It was at best the lackluster performance that actually came from that particular leader. Maybe he's walking in the heavy boots of Raila Odinga that he cannot really...
And nobody should be walking in any heavy boots because you can't be. You just have to prepare and organize yourself as a leader and move, which he is doing himself. People will say this, you'll say this, you'll say this. Let me tell you today, me coming from Western region, yeah? There was no anything called inheritance, eh? We are not inheritance, no.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I say that the stability of ODM party depends on unity of Jaramogi's family is because, you know, Winnie Odinga and Raila Jr. are the children of Raila Odinga. And Raila was the leader of ODM party, as we may say. Yes, it is not a party for the family, but it is a party for people. Well, I want you to understand this, that were it not for Raila Odinga's generosity, Oburu Odinga could have not even been the senator of Siaya County. And were it not Raila's generosity, Oburu Odinga could have not entered into politics. And this is what is happening now. Oburu is trying to put behind Winnie Odinga and Raila Jr. Yet he himself, he is a product of Raila's generosity. And that is why, even right now, he is the party leader of ODM. Why? Because of Raila's generosity. Now, we have to say the truth here that Winnie Odinga and Raila Jr. belong to ODM party. Although we may say the party is not for the family, but the truth is that Winnie Odinga and Raila Jr. belong to ODM party and they should be given something. I know you may think that the rally Winnie Odinga and Raila Jr. held in Kibra was a decision of themselves. I want to tell you, it came out because of a reason. And the person who gave the permission for that rally to be held was none other than Ida Odinga. And I want to tell you why she gave this permission for that rally to be held. You know, Ida Odinga had invited Oburu Odinga, Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna, James Orengo, and other leaders to go and sit down and discuss, to plan the right time that they will make for the ODM leaders to sit down and have the talks, or the NDC that most of the ODM leaders have been pushing for. And I want to tell you, Oburu Odinga disappeared with the Mombasa County Governor and other leaders, and they only reappeared where they made that press of ODM Central Committee that they are supporting the coalition talks between UDA and ODM. But instead of Oburu Odinga and his allies pushing for 10-point agenda that was the main cause or the main reason why the president agreed to work with the ODM party, they're just pushing for premature talks of coalition, forgetting the 10-point agenda. And I think you may be wondering how this 10-point agenda came about. Allow me explain to you how it came about. Remember when Raila was heading for the AU seat, he left the party to none other than the Kisumu County Governor, Professor Nyon'go-Ida. And 6 months later, when he came back, he took over the leadership of ODM party from Nyon'go-Ida. And the next thing that happened after him taking over that leadership is that Raila Odinga flew to Mombasa. And when he arrived in Mombasa, there was an already made form that he was supposed to sign about the UDA ODM coalition, that was about what or how ODM party will work with UDA party. But now, after Raila Odinga going through that paper, that form, he saw there was nothing there important, and he said that throw away this paper and bring another one so that we can make solid agendas on how and why to work with UDA party. And that's how the 10-point agenda came about. But now, the ODM party is not focusing on the 10-point agenda anymore. And the party leaders, that is Oburu Odinga and his allies, are just pushing for the coalition talks, but not presenting the challenges of the ordinary citizen. And let me tell you, it is high time that Oburu Odinga should look around and try to ask himself that, who among these people should I trust? Or who among these people has the goodwill for the party? Because you try to look at those who surround him, you realize that there is no way or there is no aim of strengthening the party. Look at Junet Muhammad. You know, Junet Muhammad, after the 2022 general elections, he left Baba. And he only came back at that time that the handshake was happening. And you know, there have been talks about what transpired in the 2022 general elections that made Raila Odinga fail to secure the win in 2022 elections. And there are blames on Junet Muhammad. I want you to listen to what Cleophas Malala yesterday said about Junet Muhammad.
I feel very bad right now when I see a party that has been built for 20 years, a party like ODM, being auctioned in a very casual way to William Ruto. And I want to put this blame totally on one Junet Muhammad. Junet Muhammad has been Baba's right-hand man for a very long epoch. Junet Muhammad was the one who was mandated even to ensure that Baba takes his medicine on time. Junet Muhammad was even more than or closer to Baba than even his children. Baba really entrusted Junet with his life. Sadly, he's the one who has caused Baba to lose all the elections. The other day you saw Sifuna saying that Junet Muhammad ate, or rather misappropriated monies meant for agents. I want to confirm that here in this interview today. I was William Ruto's right-hand man. We were in UDA. At night, Junet used to come to see William Ruto, brief him on everything. We even had the list of agents for ODM across the country. We knew who was going to be an agent of ODM in which place, courtesy of Junet. That guy started betraying Baba when he was still alive. Now, he has decided to fight Raila's family. You know very well that ODM is not a product of Jaramogi family. ODM is a product of the Odinga's family.
Yes, and that's why they're even making the push for the premature coalition talks between ODM and UDA. Because Junet Muhammad thinks that everything should be auctioned and something like people's interest is not important to him. And I don't know if you've realized that since Raila Odinga died, the ODM party or the ODM party leaders have been singing a very useless song to the people. And what they have been saying to the people are these things that, one, we are in broad-based government. Number two, they've only been pushing of the premature coalition talks between UDA and Kenya Kwanza. And number three, I want you to listen to the speech of John Mbadi, Opiyo Wandayi, and Samuel Atandi. And you'll realize something here, that these three leaders, when they get on stage to address the ordinary citizen or the followers of ODM party, they will sell a very foolish and idiotic agenda to the people. And listen to what they always tell the people, that, you know what, we are in broad-based government, and before they even start the talks, they do say that, let me use an example, like Samuel Atandi. When he starts to speak, the first thing that he will say to the people is that he will remind them that I'm the chairperson of the budget committee. And that is where the talk starts. After telling the people that he's the chair of the budget committee, the second thing you will listen to is that we are in broad-based government. And I want to ask you, if maybe I might be the person who is finding them wrong. Yes, we don't refuse. You are singing for us that we are in broad-based government. But how is that broad-based government helping us?
ODM! ODM! My work is going to be very, very simple. Kupitia kwa party leader. Nataka niseme kwamba kabla sijakuwa chairman ya budget, in the last financial year, sehemu zetu za chama za ODM, our strongholds across the country, they were not getting any budget. Unakumbuka ule jamaa anaitwa alikuwa anasema mtu ya shares. Alikuwa anasema sisi hatukupiga kura hatuna shares kwa serikali. We did not get any budget. But when I became the chairman of budget committee, I have done one budget only. Together with Honorable Junet Muhammad ambaye ni kiongozi yangu huko bunge. Na pia mnajua budget ni the owner of the budget is the president of the Republic of Kenya. So mnajua hivyo? Pesa yote ni ya president. Sasa mimi nakaa na yeye chini tunagawa. Sasa nataka niongelee mambo ya Kakamega County. Wacha nianze na mambo ya barabara. Before I became chairman of budget, Kakamega County with 12 constituencies, their allocation for barabara ilikuwa 800 million peke yake. Ule jamaa anaitwa Ndindi Nyoro na Rigiji walikuwa wanawekea Kakamega peanuts. Mimi kama chairman ya budget, kwa hii budget nilisoma. First of all, zile pending contractors, pending bill ya contractors ndio tulilipa ya kwanza, tulilipa 400 million. Ndio mkaona mabarabara zenu contractors walikuwa wamewachilia, waliweza kurudi. Na sasa vile tuliingia budget sasa, mimi nikawekea Kakamega County 2.5 billion to cover all the roads in the county. Kakamega total roads that is under contract is 295 kilometers. That is the total roads. So imagine kwa ile zile budget za kitambo mlikuwa mnapewa hiyo 800 million peke yake ndio ichunge hizo mabarabara zote. Ndio mliona mabarabara zenu zilikuwa zimekwama. Sasa hivi tumeweka hiyo pesa na mnajua sasa kazi inaendelea. Hiyo ni
Those who are watching me, can you challenge me here that among all these ODM leaders who are singing to the people that we are in broad-based government, tell me even one of them who has constructed even a single road, even a 1 kilometer road in his area or her area because of broad-based government. Challenge me there. Because if you look at these other leaders who are silent, the leaders like Kimani Ichung'wah, those are the UDA leaders. And even if you look at Gathoni wa Mushomba, you'll realize that these leaders are launching roads in their areas. But in your area, you have leaders who keep on singing for you that you are in broad-based government, yet even a single road has not been constructed because of broad-based government. And now, yesterday, there was a private meeting of the ODM trustees that brought in Anyang' Nyong'o, that is the Kisumu County Governor, Amos Wako, Timothy Bosire, Ochilo Ayako, and Mama Ida Odinga. And they told Oburu Odinga that you better stop the coalition talks. And you should be very careful not to find yourself in the trap, because you are not supporting or presenting the interests of an ordinary citizen, and you are going or you are pushing for the coalition talks because of the interests of your pockets. And the technical team that was supposed to be formed to hold the talks between the ODM and UDA party cannot be formed right now, because these leaders have come to realize that whatever Oburu Odinga is pushing for is not about goodwill of the party, but it is about the personal interests, or we may say the interests of their pockets. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this podcast. Let us meet in the next